This year, the Disinformation Project reported a surge in online hate towards rainbow communities that was so extreme it was described as genocidal. Most of it has been directed at the trans community, while a lot of the political conversation has been focused on bathrooms. Lee, your party leader, Winston Peters, wants a new law banning anyone from accessing a public bathroom or changing room designed for the opposite sex use. So where is your evidence that this is a safety issue?
Well, there is evidence of, girls. I mean, we've got Lorraine Moller, one of the great Olympians of New Zealand, who's come out and endorsed New Zealand First because of our stance on speaking up for women, standing up for women's rights, women's spaces. So what's happening is, and I didn't know this until I heard Lorraine tell me this, she said she's championed her whole life to get women into sports. Now you've got biological men participating in female sports, blowing them away in their changing spaces. And what it's doing is it's discouraging women from actually participating now into sports.
Though, on the topic of public bathrooms,
yes,
where is your evidence?
There's studies all over. We have people basically saying to us, hey, I was assaulted in a bathroom by a biological male. This is wrong. And, you have biological men getting changed in women's spaces, and it's scaring women.
So you have anecdotal evidence, but you don't have.
I don't have the statistics in front of you right now, but it's a true thing. It's a real thing. We're not on another planet. There are a lot of people concerned with this, not just in New Zealand, all over the world. And we want to stand up for women. We want to stand up for women's spaces. We want to make sure everyone's safe. With
your bathroom policy, particularly at schools, how are you going to enforce it? Are you going to get teachers to do genital checks at the door, or?
What a stupid question. No, I think.
Then how?
That's ridiculous. And making a mockery out of this and women's spaces is just uncalled for. And the pendulum's gone so far to the radical left, you think this is normal. This is not normal. All we're doing is sticking up for women.
If you want a new law, how are you going to enforce it? In schools?
Look, bathrooms are already unisex, male and female, right? We're just going to say, hey, we're not going to accept this because there are people on the outliers that aren't just really nice people. They do this for a reason.
All right, Chloe, what's your response to that?
If you want to talk about the actual stats and the actual evidence and the actual data, what we know full well is that our trans and non-binary and gender minority whānau are disproportionately represented in mental ill health, addiction and suicide statistics.
Yes, and we don't want to encourage
and mate, it's driven by rhetoric from the likes of your party.
No, it's not.
And I expect...
It's driven by rhetoric by your party, which is encouraging it in young children. That's why we want to remove it from schools.
Okay,
more kids now are transgendering or transitioning than ever before.
And the gays came out the closet only like 40 odd years ago or something? Just take a second.
There's actually a lot of lesbians and a lot of gays that are actually against...
Are you talking on behalf of the women and the lesbos now? Because let me have a moment, please.
No. All right. I was invited to talk at a speaking event.
No, I was just invited to
When everybody talks at once, it feels too hectic. So, Chloe, if you can finish your point, and then I know, Hannah, that you had your hand up, so we'll go to you after. Chloe.
Well, speaking on behalf of the woke lesbos, what I do have to say is that ultimately, well, no, I did.
Yes, you did.
Because yes, exactly, and the rhetoric and the fear-mongering behind the likes of what you and your party are putting forward are harming people in our communities because it is not evidence-based. And ultimately, I think that there is a responsibility for political leaders to turn down the temperature on this and to take responsibility for the consequences of their rhetoric, which are hurting people in our communities.
Little kids don't need to be exposed.
Pay attention to the actual evidence here. Listen to the academics.
I'm going to smash the buzzer. If we talk over each other, I'm genuinely
agree to disagree. I think it's important that people,
I'm not going to deny people's existence, I'm sorry.
All right,
that's the bottom line. We don't deny anyone's existence. We don't deny anyone's existence, and we're actually very empathetic towards people that are going through it.
I'd like to hear...